Hello and welcome back to our part 5 of the Aligned as Fuck series. We are wrapping it up today. I'm so excited you're here. I'm so excited that you have been here since the beginning, and you know the drill. Before we dive into this series, make sure you grab yourself your favorite beverage. Today I'm just doing mineral water. It is rearing its ugly summer head here, so your girls gotta stay hydrated. Cheers. So today we're diving into how when you are aligned as fuck, that actually means you're living authentically as fuck. And I have a lot of very important things to share on this. And before we get into the nitty grits, make sure that you have checked out the membership where everything, my entire life's work, is in this beautiful home community of my magnetic movement membership. You can access every single training I've ever done, every single topic I've ever covered, including things like building your confidence, not only in yourself, but having unshakable confidence in the universe, how to really monetize your money mindset and make it actually a beautiful relationship rather than feeling like you're always in feast or famine. I have tons of resources in there like journal prompts, guided meditations, visualizations, a slew of conversations are being had in there every single day. I host monthly hot seat coaching where you can come live and chat with me about any and anything, any and everything, mindset or manifestation. It truly is the place to be in the interwebs for a sense of home and purpose and community when you're on this journey of becoming a master manifester, when you're on this journey of becoming your most abundant and magnetic self. The membership is where you're going to want to be, I promise. So make sure you check out the link in the show notes to see if it is your vibe. If it is not really your vibe, I have tons of other ways that you can really start to strengthen that manifestation bone that is within you. It's there, I promise. It's not just given to a select few people in the world. You have it. You just got a little help shaking it, reactivating it, getting it to work more efficiently. And hi, that's why I'm here to help guide you and lead you through it all. So make sure you check out my website for any and all things mindset manifestation. If you are not on my email list, you're going to want to be there because that's where I share all of my deepest, darkest downloads, all of my intuitive thoughts, all of the things that Zaddy Universe delivers to me. And I send out to you in a beautiful little letter called Love Notes. Now, let's get into today's nits and grits about when you are aligned as fuck, then you are authentic as fuck. So, the main thing I want you to take away from this is that the more you that you are, the more aligned you become. I actually was laying in bed last night after I had fed my son, and I was thinking about you know, what is the main thing that I want this series to land? What is the main takeaway that I want you to get from this entire series? And that takeaway is that when you are living your authentic self, when you are letting all of your freak flags fly, when you are showing up for you, you have no other option but to become a wide open door for the universe to deliver you every single thing that is meant for you. And here's one thing I want you to know is that you will never not attract things that are meant for you. Like things that are meant for you are going to find their way to you no matter what. But the things that are placed on your heart from your highest self, like the first class trip to Italy, or being able to retire your parents, or being able to put your kids through private school, or being able to retire you and your partner so you can start a homestead. Whatever the desire is on your heart, it is there for a reason. And that reason is that it is truly meant for you. Now, you can have desires in your heart that feel like they're miles and years away. But when you become aligned as fuck through your authenticity, you're able to attract those things to you so much quicker, so much seamlesslier, and so much more effectively. You have these people in the world who spend years, so much time, so much energy, so much of their resources, and never truly grasp what it is that they're trying to achieve. And my first initial thought to that is always, well, maybe that's not meant for them. Think about all the stories we hear, and maybe you can relate to this, is whenever you are trying to accomplish something and achieve something and go up this ladder of success and what you really want to be yours, and it never really becomes yours, maybe it's not meant for you. There's people who say I spent all my time in medical school and I never even became a doctor because I found something else that was more aligned for me, like becoming a fisherman and taking people out on my pontoon boat in the Keys, showing them how to fish for tuna. I don't know what the fuck is popular down there. Um, or you have these people who spend their whole life trying to climb this corporate ladder when really they just want to be at home and make baked goods, right? Like whatever the desire is on your heart, it's there for a reason. It's little breadcrumbs from your highest self and from source saying, hey, this is actually your destiny. This is actually what you're supposed to be doing. And for me, whenever I was working in corporate restaurant America, I was the most unaligned I've ever been in my life, and I was still trying to get to the next level, right? I started as a server, I worked my way up to an assistant manager, worked my way up to manager, tried to work my way up to general manager. My end goal was maybe to be a general manager, maybe to be a director, which is above a general manager, and that truly was not in my cards. It truly was not what my soul actually wanted, but I thought it was because of all the noise around me, because I was trying to chase things for other people and not for myself. And a lot of fear comes with living in your authenticity because the way that society is. Society teaches us that it's not cool to be yourself. It's not cool to not be in line with what the status quo is. It's not cool to want to not keep up with the Joneses, right? That's why a lot of the times growing up, you hear that the most successful people are doctors and lawyers. And I'm like, are they? To me, the most successful people are people who get to wake up every day without an alarm clock and they get to design their day the way they want to. The most successful people to me are ones that don't have to choose between working and spending time with their family. To me, the most successful people are the ones that get to say, hey, on a whim, we're going to go take a trip here without having to take time off or to check their bank accounts and see if they have enough money to do so. To me, that is the most successful, right? It's not the title, it's the way of life. It's how you're living. It's how you are honoring your true essence. And there is nothing more aligned than you being you. So if you hear this and you're like, oh my God, there's no way I could ever show up as myself. There's no way that I could even dress the way I want to dress because it's so funky and weird. To who? To who? The people's opinions who are keeping you from living in your authenticity, are they really your people? Are you really living your life for them? Because at the end of the day, when you are on your deathbed, when you're living in a retirement home, when you are waking up tomorrow morning, are you really going to be happy that you lived your life for others? Or are you going to be happy that you said, fuck this, it's uncomfortable, but I'm going to live my life for me. I'm going to do what lights my soul on fire. I'm going to do what feels the best to me. Every night when I lay my head on the pillow, I do go through like a bunch of gratitudes in my head, and I normally end up falling asleep as I'm like in the middle of my gratitudes in my head. But I always, always, always am so thankful that I get to lay my head at night and truly feel like I lived for a living that day. I got to experience life that day. I got to wake up and live exactly how I wanted to live that day. Some days are challenging, some days have their moments. Some weeks are a little bit harder than others, but at the end of the day, I'm still feel to my core that I am living for a living. And to me, that is success. And that is authentic to me. That is why I'm in alignment because I'm living every day as the version of me. We're taking it back to the first video, the first part of this, who is aligned, who is living for a living. And the thing too that I notice so oftentimes is that it's really easy when you're out of alignment to outsource your truth, to kind of just pick up your truth and shove it away and let someone else kind of figure it out for you, right? Like it's so easy for us to want to know who we are by looking at our natal birth charts or by learning our human design or reading a horoscope for the day or figuring out where the moon's at in its phases to know. And it's like those are all great tools. They're tools. They are tools. Hear me on it. They are tools. Okay. But you living as your authentic self, you don't need to really outsource your own truth. You don't need to outsource and look in every corner of the world and of the internet and of others to see who it is that you truly are, right? Like, you know that you're funny. You know that you're dependable. You know that you bring a lot to the table, but instead of you owning it, You're outsourcing that from others. That's not okay. Because of the day and age that we live in, we are so tuned into others. So there's that comparison piece, right? It's the, oh my gosh, I could never be like them. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to have what they have. Oh my gosh, I wish I could live a life like them. There's two parts to this. The first part is when you see things that spark a little bit of jealous or envy, of like, oh my God, I wish I could have that. Oh my God, I wish that was me. Just know that you seeing an example of something that you desire to have is a breadcrumb from the universe saying, hey, this is possible for you too. And I'm showing you physical, real life proof in the world that you're living in that this is a reality for you too. I'm showing you that someone that you can see with your own eyes is living and having this thing that you want to live and have. So that's the first part. The second part to this is if you feel that jealous and envy come up, I want you to ask yourself, is this a trigger? Like, am I being triggered by seeing this person? If so, why? Your triggers are always a very good, clear example of what it is that is unhealed within you. So, for example, before I became a entrepreneur, I was so jealous of people that got to just take trips on a whim. I was like, God, that must be so nice. I wish I could fucking do that. I'm so jealous that they get to do that. Oh, it must be nice. Green was my color. Green with envy was my fucking color. And the reason it was for me, that feeling of jealousy and envy, it really was a trigger because it made me feel like I had to be them in order to have it. And I wasn't happy with who I was, who I am. I had a lot of unhealedness about me that said that I wasn't good enough or capable enough or worthy enough to have this life that I'm seeing someone else live. But the truth is, I'm more worthy, I'm more deserving, and I'm more capable because I fucking decided that. I chose that, and I am able to rewrite my own beliefs about myself. And so that's what I did. When I started to truly see magnetism in my own life, the biggest shift of all of it wasn't how much I was journaling, wasn't how much I was meditating, it wasn't how much healing ceremonies I was doing or coaches that I was investing in or programs that I was signing up for. When I became my most magnetic was when I truly let down my walls around myself and embraced who I truly fucking am. I hid behind a shell of a version of myself for many, many, many years. A lot of us do if you think about it. And now that I'm a parent, I really do see, even more so than I already did, just how society structures you at such a young age to fall in line so that you never really brace your authentic self, because society would not be profitable if we all became magnetic as fuck, and how you become magnetic as fuck is through your authenticity. But that's another conversation. But I truly do see how it is built for us to never embrace our authenticity. You're put into a school, to a program where you're around people that are your exact same age, but whenever you get out into the real world, you're never really around people your exact same age. There's not a single one of my friends that's my age. They're all older or maybe a year or two younger. Like I'm not in my direct age group in my real life. Whenever I was working in my corporate job, my peers were much older than I was and my employees were much younger than I was, so I was never in my right age group. And when we are living in our own age group and when we are in our little bubble of society that's created for us, we don't get to see how everyone else acts and operates. We just kind of see like our own stage in life's development. But being around different ages and stages and wisdom and immaturity and maturity, you're kind of exposed to this, well, things are different. Things do look different than what they really are. And I'm able to see and feel much differently than I am meant to, right? Like you're stuck in this weird bubble, okay? Now, it is terrifying to live your truth. It is terrifying to step into yourself when you've been taught for so long not to. But one thing I want you to know is when you can overcome those fears, which are very much so rooted in your subconscious mind, but your subconscious mind it's okay. Like it's okay that it's in your subconscious mind because you're able to rewrite those beliefs. You're able to rewire your subconscious mind. The really cool thing about the brain, and this is scientific, Woo, crazy. But you have neural pathways that are able to be repathed. Okay? Our brains are very malleable. They are like putty. Like you can create whatever the hell you want out of them. So don't ever think that you're stuck in this thing that you are in. You can shift, you can change, you can move, you can groove. Okay? You can rewire. It's the best part. And I would be doing you a disservice if I said that, sure, you can rewire it all by yourself. Good luck. You absolutely fucking can. But it is going to be a longer challenge trying to rewire those beliefs on your own. And lucky for you, I specialize in that. I specialize in rewiring those limiting beliefs so that you can step into your authentic self unapologetically, without the fear, without the anxiety, without the stress, and start living for a living in your magnetism, in your authenticity, and in your God-given birthright of abundance. So, I have some more implementations for you to really wrap up this series. So make sure you snag the link below in the show notes. And if you're wanting more of this, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you start listening to my podcast. Make sure you are checking out my website to see what kind of other fun things that I have in store for you. If you are wanting more of this, I do have applications open to work privately with me. And of course, there is a spot for you inside of my membership. So be sure to check it out. And I will see you in our next series. Bye!